Everybody, it's Crypto Steve, and I'm back today with a follow-up from my Splinterlands buying guide for better ROI to talk to you today about the Splinterlands tournaments and the ones you should be entering and the things you need to do to be able to win in them and at least place in them. I'm a player who does not win them. I don't have all the best cards, and sometimes I make a little bit of mistakes when I'm playing. But I am someone with enough good cards to where I typically am able to place and get a payout, and I'm also able to do that. I pretty much always get payouts if I play, except for maybe in the what do you call it, the diamond tournaments. In diamond tournaments, I get picked on by the beta legendary summoners if they're available. I actually absolutely hate those guys, but it's because I didn't buy them, and now that they're $200 a pop, I don't know if I can blow $1,000 on them. No, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. It's a lot of money to pick up those guys maxed out. It might even be more than $1,000 to get all of them. Maybe we'll take a quick look at what that would cost as we get into the tournaments to see what I'd have to do to be able to start competing in those diamond tournaments. If you think I should do it, let me know in the comments, because I'm looking for some comments about the video, because just like last time, I've been giving away 1,000 DEC right now for somebody who made a comment on my Hive post. I am on both YouTube, and thank you very much for all my subscribers here, but because I'm such a small YouTuber, I do post all of my things through 3Speak, and 3Speak is much more rewarding for small users like us, because sometimes when we make a video, we get a lot of support, and I don't get all of this money, but I get half of it. So that was pretty cool to see that a lot of people liked my guide. They thought it was interesting. The community supported a little bit, and I got a pretty good payout. So that was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and pick a winner really quick. I only had 4 people who watched the video and commented, and so one of these 4 is going to win the 1,000 DEC. Let's go ahead and do a spin. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. It looks like J Fang's going to hold on there. So congratulations, JFang03. We'll go into my account here, and we will send you 1,000 DEC. Transfer out. Okay. So with that out of the way, I'll let you know that this week, and it'll be in the description on the post, I'm going to give away 2,500 DEC to somebody that watches the video and makes a comment related to how they liked it or what they thought of what I had to say. I do want some kind of feedback like that, not just a hey, hello, I'm in, anything like that. I'm giving away bigger prizes now. I'm going to be trying to keep them up near the 2,500 level, but we'll see how I do on my earnings in the game and on Hive, but that's really my goal. And I got a little bit of a boost from the team recently, so I can at least up it for a couple payouts and then see how things go from there. So as you can see, I do enter a lot of tournaments. I've entered these ones here. I've entered pretty much all of them. The only ones I don't enter are the gold ones. I typically sell my gold cards to buy regular foil cards. I haven't entered these gold tournaments because they just showed up recently. So I'm getting into both of those. I can always compete in a up to gold tournaments pretty good, because a lot of my legendaries are only at level 3, but that works out okay in gold because legendaries can only be at 3. So it's when I'm in diamond I start to get a little bit classed out. So sometimes I don't play in these, especially this one where they want 8,000 DEC to play in it. It's like, okay, no, I don't have the cards to play in that. And it's probably better that I'm really surprised to see 125 people in that, but that's pretty cool. But talking about this from the smaller investor, right? Last time I said, hey, get your deck to level 4. The reason why you want all your cards at level 4 is because then you can play in all these bronze tournaments. So you see, and the novice tournaments. There's another bronze. Here's a couple silvers. You can only play in this one because this is gold cards. You can play in this one here. Here you go, bronze. And bronze here. And Clove is nice enough to run these tournaments. You should check both of them out. I'm going to play in this diamond one just for fun, and she's doing something really interesting. She's playing out Selena Skies to 21st place, 4th place, and 1st place. So that is kind of an interesting payout thing. This makes me maybe want to host a tournament, and I wonder if people would like a funny little tournament where this is the second time I've seen somebody doing this, and I really like the idea. I think you have one here. No, which one is it? It's the Bullseye. Where's the Bullseye tournament? This is one that's worth checking out. It's 10 DEC to get in, but if you're the best player, you only get 500. If you're 22nd or 31st, you get 500. But if you can finish right here in the 17th or 18th place, you get 2,000. If you're 16th, you get 5,000. Then so it's like this weird reward where you don't want to be the best. So it's like if you were winning, you'd have to start to lose. That should be really interesting to see. So one of the things that we'll point out, there's a lot more people coming in, trying out hosting tournaments. So I'd like to see a lot of players who maybe haven't been paying attention to these to start getting into them, because these people are going to start doing more. See, this one right here is not by Splinterlands. This one is not by Splinterlands. This is the D-City tournament. This one right here is kind of interesting. You have to have probably a gold level team. And then if you buy 1,000 entry tokens off of the exchange, and I would show you the price, he pays out 1,000 DEC up to 32nd place. And there were only 30 people who entered. So all of us are getting back at least 1,000 DEC, and I'm pretty sure an entry token is worth less than a DEC. It gets close, but they're usually worth less, especially if you buy them with a bid and not market price and wait for someone to sell them to you, because these entry tokens, people earn them on D-City, and if they're not Splinterlands players, they're probably just going to sell them. So it's something to look into. Even if you only have as long as you can get into the tournament, you see that you'll get if there's only 30, or even if there was only 50, you're going to get these guaranteed returns. And then if you win, because there are some people that enter these tournaments with lower power because of the guaranteed payouts to places for more than how many people enter. So I've actually placed like top 4, top 5 in this a couple times. I've even won it one time, and this time, I'm 5-3. There's some of these big players, BJ and Shumets. These are some of the best players in the game. They figured out that this tournament is really good for payouts and that you can get into it. And if you finish top 4, you're going to get 7,000. I'm currently what was I at here? 11th. So we'll see how I end up at the end. I still have a few more battles to go. I usually end up right around there. If I could stay at 11th place, that would be pretty cool. I'd like to get to 2,000 payout level. But if I fall down here to the 1,000th, it's okay. It's still profitable for me. So this is something you always want to pay attention to, all the different tournaments that are going on. Now, I wanted to show you, I'm going to go to a completed tournament that I was recently in. Where this one? No, that is one where I did not play. Bad me. That's why I did so terrible. Let me see. Oh, I forgot. That's one thing I would like Splinterlands to change. If I'm looking at completed and I come back from looking at completed, I would like to not. I'm looking for a bronze Untamed where I did okay. Okay, so here's 17-5. So the bronze Untamed is one of the current most profitable tournaments to play in for players who only have bronze or silver level teams. I'd still say you want that silver level for the season rewards, but if you can only get your team to all bronze levels, then this is doable. And I just wanted to give you a kind of an idea here. As you can see, I did pretty good. I got distracted by my kids one time and fled. And so I'm going to just give you a couple of looks at some of my fights that I did where I was able to win. So in these ones, I always play I play tournaments myself. I don't use the bot for those. I do have a bot I use for other things. And so I'll just bring up a few of these matches. I'll also show you some of the ones I lost, so people who had better ideas than me, and explain it. So this was an earthquake match, and this was also a no armor match. So I went ahead and used, and you will see that the most profitable tournaments out there for bronze include dice cards. So when I say you have to have everything at level 2, it would include the dice summoners The dice cards, like the little the other little ancillary cards in that set, they're not as critical, but having them will make you much more competitive in these than not. So the reason I went with the 2 flying monsters here with this character was because I knew that the earthquake wouldn't hurt them, and they would have a divine shield for their first 2 times that they got attacked, and the other team would have to deal with the earthquake if they weren't flying, and if not, then my divine shield would prevent me for a while. Now my one caveat that I went against myself in this set is that I didn't use a healing monster, because in bronze having a self-healing tank is usually best. But as you can see, and I'll speed this up, even though that card could heal itself, the fact that my monsters were flying and I got that miss, and then he was not flying, so he took those earthquakes, set me up for the fact that I won a dice roll on speed there. And I think I'm supposed to win that dice roll because my monster in the back is an epic monster. And so from what I understand in tournament play, epics are supposed to go before rares if they're the same speed. So then that set me up for a nice little win. And then let's go ahead and go back to the battles tab. Let's go ahead and find the one I lost. So only one person beat me this round. So let's bring this one up. So in this fight of bronze level, like I said, you do need to have a complete set to compete in this bronze tournament. An Untamed set would be different. So I ran into a very similar team. This guy is very, very good in bronze and silver as a nice add-in to lower them. I have a feeling that this match is going to be actually a little bit closer. So I'm on the bottom here, but the mistake I might have done was I didn't go with a self-healing tank, and even though the goblin mech is pretty strong and attacks pretty hard, at this lower level when he doesn't have his stun and then he gets dropped down to only 2 attack, I'm in a situation where I'm just maybe, obviously since I lost this fight, something's going to happen. Even though it's looking pretty competitive right now. Let's see. Oh, that miss was big. Because I missed there, that attack didn't kill him. And then he won the dice roll on the 3 speed. So that one miss by my Earth Elemental probably was a big reason why I lost this game. Because I wasn't able to get Flesh Golem off the board. And also, he had this sneak monster coming in on the back. And there you go. So there's my one loss in bronze. And then we'll go ahead and we'll watch another battle here. Let's try to find one. All right. This was one where we both ended up using death, so I wonder what teams were available. Because, oh, this was a bad match to bring up. This guy's a novice. He only has 1, so I'm going to skip this. That's another thing. You will run into bot accounts that just run level 1s when you play these tournaments sometimes. And they make it to the second round sometimes because enough of them get in. So we'll look for somebody with a name on there. Here you go. This guy's the Explorer. So having these dice summoners can kind of change the game for you for sure. So if you're going to play in these level 2 tournaments, it's kind of cool to have these guys there, because in this, even though it didn't end up helping me here, actually this was a terrible match. I wonder what he was thinking, because in a nobody able to attack, he has like the guys like here who lost this, so he can't even attack. The rest of his play isn't terrible, but my team is going to blow his away for sure. These magic attacks and then having all that life set up in the front. Okay, we'll just skip that. No reason to keep going there. So we're reaching the 15-minute mark. I wanted to kind of show you guys some examples of some fights. I actually was hoping... Let me see this one. No, see the most recent one. And see, this is kind of annoying. I missed because I was busy, so I didn't play in it. And that one was good to show you, but it wasn't an Untamed bronze. I'm looking for Untamed Bronze. Untamed Bronze. So, oh, I only went 6 and 4 this one. I actually didn't make the cut, so this is one of the times I messed up. So let's go see. Oh. It's not showing me. Alright. This is not the best way to end on. But I did want to show you that by being a bronze level player, you can compete in a lot of the different tournaments that are out there. You've got some people hosting some new ones. It seems to be a popular level. You can also, if you push yourself up to silver, be able to play in some of these higher stakes tournaments. Because as you can see, the bronze level ones, even though you could get into these, they're only $70 tournaments. And this one here that I entered, I can't show you the first round battles, unfortunately, where I went 9 and 2. But I did do all of these battles. I entered them, but I have nobody who's fought my team yet. So, I'm just going to end it here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my quick little look at the tournaments, my kind of showing you some different bronze battles, and just giving you a lowdown of the tournaments and the ones you should enter. Take a look at these D-City tournaments if you can get into them. Not enough people are joining them for the payouts. Make sure you check out closed tournaments. The diamond one, you will need to be able to be at a diamond level. But even then, if you get like 20th place somehow, then you might be able to do it. And she also live streams these on Twitch, so you can follow there and then mess around and win prizes that way. This one right here, I got to take a look at, this $400 one. I'm going to check that out as soon as this is out. But there's definitely some people doing some fun stuff for Christmas. Go ahead and leave a comment on my Hive post if you want an in for the 2500 DEC giveaway that I'll be giving away next week. And take care, everybody, and keep playing Splinterlands. Thanks. Bye.